I know.
You're logged in as you, right? Yeah.
Well, I have 3 logins.
Did you hit recording here?
You did.
Okay.
You're live.
Didn't want to be there.
Hi, everyone.
This, right? I guess. Yes.
And then you went back. Okay, so that whole thing was live.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
You're live again.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
Keep
Literally.
Beacon, we need you.
Yep, every time. No, 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 no. Ha ha ha. Hope you're very, very in the dog cam view. Yep.
Hey everybody.
Hello, hello, whoever's out there. Do we have a, oh, there's 15. Hello. Okay, I think we're actually there. We got the dog cam. Yep. No.
Nope, he's good.
How's that?
You're good.
Yeah, so we're hanging out here with Rob on stage right, Rachel stage left. Trying to keep Rob's foot out of the dog cam. Beacon already attacked him twice for stealing his fire. Now you can't even get him in there. Okay, so yeah, that got moved, I guess. Hey, look at that. It's kind of nice to see the guitar too. All right, thanks for hanging out. I think this is our third one in a row or something like that. And I see Rob next door. And hey, Curtis. Curtis, if you can give some feedback on the mix and all that, that would be super helpful because we are kind of guessing here. Got two out there basically and a little bit of the iPhone mic, so we're just trying to figure out what to play here. We're going to do a super, super old song of mine that I almost never remember to do unless my mama Karen, mother-in-law, is on, and she is probably. So this one's called Hop to Train. It's an old tune. That level looks fine. Let's see what we can do. Texarkana, ways away. 3 days in that boxcar, trying to get herself far away from her home. These are the days to roam. This is the time to see how you made and what you've got, what to say and what you better not. Well, who's got the time anyway? Who to trust in a place that's new, knowing just what to do and when to abstain. Spending nights out in the rain, hoping love will come again. Just keep moving, you'll have to rest when you are old. The education of 1,000 miles, you're growing wordy and you're growing wise, and the hills of California get near. Darling, you've nothing to fear, and what you do you must face. And when I close my eyes, I can still see your face. At journey's end, trade in your shoes, nothing to give and nothing to lose. Your feet in the sand, you raise your head with a smile. Your mind moves, but your mind is strong. The road behind stretches far and long. Time ago, you decided to stow away to another place. And when I close my eyes, I can still see your face. When I close my eyes, I can still see your face. Can I have the trackpad, please?
Yay!
Curtis, what do you think out there? Anyone got any feedback on the mix there? My do not disturb is on, yet something is okay. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe the do not disturb is not disturbing itself. All right. Hello, whoever's out there. We are just getting going here.
Chris
Anyone?
says the mix and the levels sound good.
Oh, thank you. That's great. Vocal guitar mix is good because that was just a guess. We'll try a fingerstyle one here just to make sure. This was a request, I think, from. Mama Karen is just gonna run the entire stream. But this is probably a good one. This is not a new song. But it's way newer than that last one. This is a tune. The seed for this one was. The seed for this one was I was working on a little guitar part, a little like counterpoint thing that I really liked, so I had to come up with a song so I could play it. And then the first line came. I had no idea what it meant from there, and the story kind of, unfurled itself from there. And the first line is, what's funny, when my mother-in-law was talking to Rachel about what to play, she said, well, I want this one, and then the first one I think she said was, there's that one about Italian leather shoes. What's that one called? And Rachel said, Italian leather shoes. And then there some other one that was, there was blah, 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 and it was exactly the name of the song.
There's that one about Black Annie.
There's one about Black Annie. It's called Black Annie. This one is on the album that is coming out soon and almost done. In the People's Key of E flat minor. I'm gonna take a little sip here. Hope everyone's doing good and you're having a nice chill Christmas ending with us. The dog is freaking out, just freaking out. And hopefully, yes, it looks like the audio is going over with the dog cam and all that. All right, so this one is Italian leather shoes. And I had this little guitar part that I really liked. Oh, I don't usually play it on this guitar. And it kind of went like so. She wore Italian leather shoes, but used. That he'd seen her here before and was amused. Before he even said a single word, his heart stirred. Longed for one he could adore. His vision blurred, and she don't know how beautiful she is. She thinks a flaw, they're not at all. And besides, he'd be one to feel they're ideal. She don't know how beautiful she is. chance that you don't take, you hesitate, and therefore don't let her walk on out that door. You're a mistake, and she don't know how beautiful she is. She don't know how beautiful she is. She is. Beacon gave a little,
Did you give a snore?
a little snore.
Oh, good boy, buddy.
Calm down over there.
Josh ran out of the room. I think he's grabbing another guitar. Hopefully, that's what's happening.
What's that?
I said you ran out of the room. I hope you're just grabbing another guitar. I'm not sure what's happening. I want to give some shout outs here.
Yes,
I
shout.
don't think Josh can see everybody's comments right now.
Not exactly, but thank you.
David Wysocki. Wysocki. And
There
we're
it is.
assuming Tara. Hi guys. Melissa from around the corner.
Hey, they can
And
almost literally hear it. Some of these people.
And I'm assuming Sarah. Hi. Curtis says his son Levon is impressed that you have your very own YouTube channel. That's like God status for a 4th grader. Yay.
Please subscribe and like.
And Rob next door has left the best comment. Beautiful. Beacon is totally in the zone. Amazing to watch the hand-finger action that I only hear from next door. Thank
Yes.
you. Awesome. So glad you're listening, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. Y gracias tu esposa, tu linda esposa.
Jeff, Richie, Melinda,
Hey.
and Mama.
Oh,
watching
nice.
From Norwich. Chugging. And we have the newest grandparents in the house, Kathy and Jeff, watching from
nice.
Richmond. Yay!
Nice.
Let's see. I think that's everybody. Oh, hey, Greg Wiggle. Fantastic playing.
Oh,
Josh,
nice.
you're sounding great.
Awesome.
So nice to hear everybody. Oh, and my mom is texting because I don't know that she can comment. So that means my parents on Block Island. Hello,
oh yeah.
parents.
She can, if you log into your YouTube account, you should be able to.
She might be on the TV. So.
That's possible. I hope you're on the TV. That'd be the best way to watch it. That would be great. My dad asked what because actually Rachel came up with the name of this one. So you know the song, but you don't know the name, and it is called State. What did we come up with? The new song, State. I'm in the road trip song that we just.
Oh.
And
I
it's.
came up with it?
Yep. What is it, Bob?
Was it
The one that you
Out of
just.
State?
Out of State. Thank you.
Out of
Yep.
state.
I know the song, I just don't know the title yet. So let's do that one because Hop to Train was like an old road trip song, and this one is a pretty new road trip song that I wrote a few songs on this road trip that we did, and where was the one that we went on?
2021.
2021?
Yeah. 2021. We drove
Out to Block Island?
coast to coast.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one, the seed for this is, and actually, I think I remember texting Karen about a line in this. If I remember right, there was a line in this one, but the seed for this one was most definitely, we were, some people have probably heard it before, but we drove from California all the way out, and we went all the way to the coast and then beyond, over to Block Island, which is off the coast of Rhode Island. We had the ham hock with us. the Ham Hocks' first time on a ferry, I believe, and it's so weird. Didn't even faze him. Anyways, we left there, and before we left, there was kind of this funny thing where a handful of people told us, like, make sure you stick to the big cities, right? And we're like, oh no, we're doing the exact opposite of that. And then like we'd pull into some places, like I remember a specific place, I think in Nebraska, and we were trying to get VRBOs and stuff. So we found this little Rachel, and that's what's amazing traveling now is like, be like, how long you want to drive? Oh, let's do 2 more hours. And so you'd pull up the thing and be like, oh, is there a rental that's possible, or is there a motel? And then you just kind of, do it from there. It's so easy now. But I remember, like this guy, we stayed in this cool little spot behind his main house, and people would see us pull in with our Prius and the California plates, and we'd kind of get a little sideways glance, and then they'd talk to us for 5 seconds and be like, oh, these people are cool. So we just got some crazy stories on that trip. Really great trip. But I remember the guy in Nebraska being like, what the heck are you doing in Nebraska? And we're like, Nebraska's gorgeous. And he's like, really? And we're like, yeah. So anyways, that was a little bit of the idea of this song. And then the seed came from, we went to Ohio. We randomly caught my uncle's 70th birthday party. And then we went up into Michigan, and we went into the UP. And we had never, I don't think I'd ever been to the UP. Rachel had.
No.
Oh, you hadn't been to the UP either? Okay. So
The
Upper Peninsula. And the main seed was when we were leaving Michigan, right as we crossed the border, and we were just crossing on this tiny little road, like it was just a little like 1.5 lane road. It wasn't like a highway. And there was like this little hand-drawn sign, and it said the Backwoods Bar. And it was just like pointing down like a 1-lane dirt road to nowhere, and it would have been amazing to go down, but unfortunately this has to be part of the story, because I say it every time. My stomach very much did not want us to go anywhere other than the bathroom of our VRBO. So that's where we were headed. But it was just this amazing sign. So that was kind of the seed that came up with the first line of the song. And then the overall thing was kind of the overall story. But we also, like the day before, we had gone from Traverse City, where our buddy Siamak lives, and we drove up to Mackinac, which is right where the two rivers come together. And it's the Mackinac Island Bridge, or Mackinac Bridge. And like we were there on Chamber of Commerce Day. It was beautiful. And that is as beautiful of a place as I've ever seen in the universe. I mean, it was also, what was it, September or something like that? Perfect day. So anyways, this is sort of the story that came from that whole long story. I met her at the Backwoods Bar, not far from the Michigan border. She glanced askance at me as I sidled up, gave her my order. She said, honey, you ain't come from around here. I said, how about something that does, maybe a whiskey and a beer? 'Cause I'm the kind of guy who sees a hand-painted sign with an arrow pointed down the dirt lane, pulls a U-turn with no cause for concern for traffic coming from the other way. 'Cause they pack 'em in real loose in this state, and we rode on in with our California plates. I swear I heard a needle switch when I gave my reply, but the air seemed to lighten, there was less stink. Hey, you can't conflate the man and the name on the license plate. Hey, we can relate, we've all been the one in from out of state. maybe some asshole come from over on the left coast. Some blow hard or in an unoaked shard before it starts to bluster and boast. The states like this are why I always flew, and we'd just be anecdotes or like creatures in a zoo. But I had a pasty for my lunch, and the sixth string in my trunk was born in Kalamazoo. Hey, hey. So that was the other thing is we heard that the greatest like sort of lovingly what's the term, like lovingly derisive nickname that the people in the UP have for the people in mainland Michigan, and it is that they call them trolls because they live under the bridge, the Mackinac Bridge. It's just great. I was like, that's got to get in there somehow. And I didn't actually have that guitar from Kalamazoo, but I do have a guitar from Kalamazoo because that's where Michigan. That's where Gibson made their guitars and Epiphone for a while. Questions of the town, and I bought the place around, and I staggered out. I think your accent is super. I asked for her number, but all I got from her is, I don't think you could handle a Uper. I said I'd like to think I'd maybe have a chance. I'm pretty good at this guitar, I am fair at romance. She said, can you do the math by hand, or would I have to explain how the strikes and spares are added on to the next frame? Hey, 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 you can't conflate the man and the name on the license plate. Hey, hey, we can relate. We've all been the one in from out of state. Hey, hey, you can conflate the man and the name on that license plate. Hey, hey, we can relate. We've all been the one in from out of state. You don't know just where you are. You don't know just how far outside of the mundane. Mendocino in July in a pouring rain. It just seems so strange. Am I going insane? You don't know just where you are. You don't know just how far outside of the mundane. Mendocino in July in a pouring rain. It just seems so strange. Am I going insane? So Thursday.
Good timing for Sean Hockyard, native Michigan person, to join. Hi, Sean and EJ.
There you go.
And we have New Hampshire in the house. Nikolai.
Hello.
And Rob wants to go down the dirt road, hand-painted sign to find the rural American underbelly. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's funny. I don't know if I might have told Sean's dad, Rich, this about, I had to get that line in. I fought that last line on that song before the outro part of the, figuring out how she could basically say, like, can you do the bowling math by hand? Because if he had to use the machine, it wasn't really worth it. But if he could, right? And boy, it was hard to fit that in. It's like, what's the line?
Can you do math by hand?
I'd like to think I'd maybe have a chance. I'm pretty good at this guitar and I ain't fan of romance. She said, can you do the math by hand? Or would I have to explain how the strikes and spares are added on to the next frame? Oh, that was a battle that I finally won. Got it out, but I love that. I love that concept. That's the real important stuff in Michigan. That's why Michigan's freaking awesome.
Dog cam.
Yes, okay, we got any requests or anything, or what are we doing?
No requests. Oh, we forgot to tell people. If you have requests for Josh's originals, you can throw them in the chat or text me if you're not able to chat.
Yeah, and you can do, you can do some it doesn't need to be a specific song, it could be very, like a vague idea of song. Yeah, blues, or like something that doesn't suck.
I think we have one from over in the corner, hiding out of the dog cam frame.
I think Karen requested Black Yenne, and I would second that motion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Way to go, Karen.
Yeah, let's see if, I'll change guitars here. Oh, I should do it. I should do it on the black guitar, but is this one tuned? Alright, we'll do Black Yenne. God, I haven't done this forever.
And then we have Curtis who wants to hear a song about a dog. We got plenty of
Curtis,
those.
Curtis, I got some. I will do a dog song for Curtis that was inspired by Beacon after this. This one's on the album. Strangely, I did it half a step too high on the album, which is kind of funny, but I'll try to do it in the real key here. This song is about, it's called Black Yenne. It's about Mississippi John Hurt and his first guitar. And people don't know who Mississippi John Hurt is. He was this old folk musician, I guess. At that point they called folk musicians a musician. And he had some recordings, and there was a guy, I don't know if it was Lomax or not, but like during the folk revival of the early 60s, maybe I'll do that other song about the early 60s. But during the folk revival of the 60s, there was a guy who was kind of trying to go back and, anthologize a lot of that early music, and no one really knew who Mississippi John Hurt was, or, where he lived or anything about him. So there he has a song called Avalon Blues, and his name is Mississippi John Hurt. So, he took what he had and went to Mississippi, and he went to Avalon, and as the story goes, as I heard it, that's the way I heard it. As the story goes, as I heard it, he was starting the long process of trying to find Mississippi John Hurt, and he went to Avalon, and he went to the post office, and he was just starting to try to figure out, like, how do I piece together who this man was, and how do I find him, and all this, and went to the post office, and he said to the woman there, have you ever heard of this guy Mississippi John Hurt? And she said, third door on the right. And he was just right there, and he found him right away. But Mississippi John Hurt kind of was, he was sort of like the, if you can get like the close-up shot here, the iPhone shot, it's like, he did it more like this, but with this alternating bass thing, he would kind of grab a couple strings. I tend to just grab one string. But this idea of like this, he got it because it was sort of from like stride piano, you know, like back at that time it was a lot of the bass notes thing on the stride piano that was so cool. And you know, someone asked him, you know, after they refound him, you know, how'd you learn to play like that? Who taught you? And he said, no one taught me. It was just like, that's what I thought the guitar was supposed to sound like. And he kind of just made the sound up himself. And so it's kind of crazy, you know, he was rediscovered in the 60s during the, you know, the folk revival. And I think he maybe even didn't even have a guitar when the guy found him. But there's actually a picture from Greek Theater in Berkeley, you know, this massive venue with like a single wooden chair and his guitar leaning up against it. But this guy, like, you know, was just doing his thing in Mississippi and, you know, didn't even have a guitar, maybe. That's debated, but anyways, and then like, you know, whatever, like a month later, he's in front of whatever, however many that holds, you know, 15,000 people playing guitar for all these like young folk people, just like crazy story. But anyways, this is all historically correct, as it is known, and I actually had we did a quick master on this song because it's very small on the album. It's just like acoustic guitar and dobro. Because there is a documentary that just came out about Mrs. John Hurt, and I was trying to get it in. She did not offer to put it in. But anyways, this is the song about his first guitar. He doesn't know the brand, but he called it Black Yenne. And let's see if I can remember it. I am just a boy in a world of danger. I am just a boy from Avalon. All of my friends have turned to strangers. Me and Black Annie would ramble on. Mama laid on down $1.50. Rufus laid it down on that old 12-string. Brother's in the still and he's making whiskey. Jesse yelling at me to play that thing. Black Annie. Whoa, Black Annie. Plowing up a field upon that mule, melody runs through my head. I have chopped some cotton a time or two, wish I was with Annie instead. Faces look up from the footlights, old black fingers to find those frets. Candy meant to open, yeah, that just feels right. And these hands will never forget. And these hands can never forget. Black Annie. Whoa. my burden with the magnolias. Hope there's always a mockingbird to sing. Been a fine life, yeah, it's nice to have known you. And it changed everything. Yeah, and it started everything. Black Annie. Whoa, Black Annie. Whoa, Black Annie. Black Annie. Wow, it's been a while since I've done that. Oh, and that's funny. I did it a key too low. That's strange. I refuse to play that in the right key.
Sound good.
Thank you. Who's that?
Song about a dog.
Oh yeah, song about a dog. What do you? Which one should I do?
I think
Curtis, that doesn't actually.
whiskey.
What's that? Hounds of Whiskey? Okay, I was kind of thinking Dogmestic, but
Either one.
I'm on this guitar, so I'm gonna do Dogmestic, but I'll do Hounds and Whiskey later. Yeah, Curtis, that strangely. There's.
Turn off because it's really loud.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of songs about dogs, and I mean, Curtis has played a song about whiskey. I said I got a lot of songs about dogs and a lot of songs about whiskey, and I have one song that's about dogs and whiskey, but I'll do that in a few. Haven't played this guitar for a while, so wonderful man. Happy Trom passed this year, and I'll always remember that when he was over here, I ran him through all my guitars, and this was his favorite one. So I kind of think about it a lot when, cause I got some nice guitars. You know, we got some nice guitars over here. This was his favorite one, so I'll dedicate this one to Happy. Yeah, this is a 1926 Martin. And this one was written when the three in this room, not the fourth, the one that's working hard over there, we were in Grand Cayman, and there was just an inordinate amount of places and land for sale, like a crazy amount. And yeah, I don't know, this song came out of it because of the first line kind of led there, so hopefully Curtis is still there to hear his dog request. Home for sale, make me an offer. Was gonna repaint, but I figured why bother? I throw it all in if the price is right. The washer, the dryer, even the wife. You know the cat's not available at this date, but I've been known to negotiate. It won't take much to move me along, and if you're paying cash, well, I'm already gone. Say I'm taking the dog, no, he's not being offered. Sure, he's purebred, but he's been altered. He's my right-hand hound. Him and my equity will get us off the ground into a new life and a brand new build. Smell of fresh paint, dreams yet to be killed. The interest rate is nice and low. He's been wagging that tail since we closed escrow. Got a fresh foundation, not a crack to be seen. Newfangled lighting, modern everything. Burgers every night, there's no need to beg. He's been claiming the neighborhood by lifting up his leg. We got a new life, with no more nagging. Sure, he's my main man, so his poop I'll be bagging. The The underwriter did not assume that the hound would be the one with the second bedroom, although he sleeps on my bed and he sometimes obeys. This home is worth every cent that we paid, although it might seem a departure. I'm happy with my home and my life, and no wife and is begging in my four-legged domestic partner.
Look at him go crazy at that one.
On the
Buddy.
request center, hold that 26 there. How about Friend of the Troubadour?
Ooh, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that on.
We also
doing this one since.
we have a request from Rob next door.
Okay.
A
Hey, Rob
classic
next door. From Rob here.
from Rob
Yeah.
in that room. He said you performed Rick Candy Mountain with a female guest one day a couple years ago, right next to the fence, and he loved it.
What?
Rick Candy Mountain. So he's requesting a classic bluegrass song.
A classic bluegrass song.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rick Candy Mountain is though.
You don't know that song?
Mm-mm.
Rick.
I don't think
Well,
so.
maybe it's not called Rick Candy Mountain. The Candy Mountain song?
Hmm.
It's a bluegrass? Huh.
Actually, I don't know that one. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Can't even think of a song that I've been.
But classic bluegrass.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, something. What was the one that was just requested though before? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
The 1926. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yep. So we got a request here since I'm holding this guitar. I'm just making sure I don't screw up the lyrics. So this one is called Friend of the Troubadour. I've actually been playing this with my buddy Adam. It's kind of funny because it's kind of ridiculous. I don't play this song out too much because I'm always playing this uber modern guitar. Like now for like a carbon fiber guitar, it just kind of feels weird to play the song with that. But the impetus for this song was not one of these guitars, but it's like a little nick on actually a Gibson LG. Oh, we still got the dog cam here, so
Yeah,
the dog is a talking.
The dog's talking.
So, anyways, I was gonna try to see what capo I did it on. Let's try it here. So, anyways, there was this nick on this LG that I have from 1943, and I'm not usually one to kind of think about this. But I kind of got thinking, I wonder where that nick came from, I mean, that little nick could have come 50 years ago, or it could have come 5 years ago, or whatever, and it was just kind of like the idea of, what had this guitar been through, and just all the songs that had come from it, and, I really like the, there's a line about the scar upon the thigh that I really like. I mean, I like this song in general, but, it's kind of an extended metaphor about humans and guitars, and I've actually said to people for a long time that guitars are like humans because, there was like a thing, before I understood old vintage guitars, which actually, that black guitar is the first one where I really understood it, because I was looking for a Gibson, and then I was looking for an older Gibson, and I remember bringing this here, sitting in that lawn, putting strings on it, and I've played thousands of guitars over my life, but it was I strung that, and I remember playing a G chord or something, and brought tears to my eyes, and I was like, if we still got Bama out there, it's like my grandmother-in-law, I guess. She is
Almost 96.
she's almost 96, going on 28. Just like older people are the most interesting humans in the world, especially Bama, but older people in general. But it's sort of like, I would tell people guitars are like humans. Certain ones age well and certain ones don't. But when they age well, like Bama, it is the most interesting, has the most depth, has the most character. So that's essentially what the song is about. So. And actually kind of unlike Bama, but like a lot of us as we get older guitars get cranky.
Not like Bama. Unless it's hot and humid, right, Bama?
But there's sort of allowances, you know? Like you buy an old Ford, it's great, but you know, it's kind of cranky. And like guitars, when it's rainy, you know, a little bit cranky. So, but we're generally in tune. Could you imagine all the things you would see? Oh, so long ago with wooden strings, and the hands that you passed through, and the songs that you would sing, looking now at your battle scars from sunny sacks and old boxcars. Did you soothe the Dust Bowl heart under Oklahoma stars? Fill a room in a blacked out night, singing songs you would turn out right. Did your lover he go over? Did you sing about the cliffs of Dover? How many songs of heartache, and how many strings did you break? Giving back when we implore, you old friend of the Trubador. Where did you get that scratch on your face? A careless ringer were you misplaced? Did you end up on the floor? Were you singing out against the war? Were you playing on the day I was born? Something lively or something forlorn? Were there fingers upon your frets? 'Cause wood never forgets all of the songs of heartache. How many strings did you break? Giving back when we implore, you old friend of the Trubador. And we may get lines on our face, and you might throw a brace, but time gives us things that can't be faked. It's the feel of a lover's embrace. Your hand falls in just the right place, and that scar upon your side makes you look even more dignified. How many songs of heartache, how many strings did you break? Giving back when we implore, you old friend of the Trubador. You old friend of the Trubador.
Yeah.
Turned out we should probably take a break here soon. Let's do one more and take a tiny little break. And then we're gonna play another one. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Who's out there? What did Rob ask for us?
Big Rock, Candy Mountain. All I could hear is
Oh.
Candy Mountain. It's Big Rock, Candy Mountain.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one, so I wasn't playing that one, or someone else was playing it, and I was following.
Jeffrey Boyle's on. Hello.
Hey. I could do a bluegrass one to end though. Let's see here, or a bluegrass E one.
Not end. We're not ending.
Well, yeah.
We're just taking
To
a
end,
break.
we're gonna take a tiny little break, fill up our wine, or some of us are gonna fill up our wine. Rob over here is gonna fill up his wine. Let's do one that I wrote on another road trip. Actually, the C came from that road trip. Actually, Actually, a couple ones came from that. But let's do, yeah, okay. So this was on my man-dog road trip that I did with my old dog that is over here. This is Wiggle Slick McGee.
Carbon.
There's Carbon. Yeah. That is Curtis, if you're still out there. This is me and Shauna's old duo. Trying to get the glare off of it. The swinging dog tail. Carbon was our black lab, and one of her nicknames was Wiggle Slick McGee, and that was her only nickname. Oh wait, no, it was one of a million nicknames. But anyways, we did a man-dog road trip, and I remember coming down after we were going to Colorado, and we went down through like the Four Corners region, and there's all these the Four Corners region. They say it's beautiful. Yeah, parts of it are definitely beautiful, and then parts of it are like these like neighborhoods of these little pill square homes. Of course they have to be, right? Adobe, and like the home is like, I don't know, maybe there's a bunch of these that I saw that were like 1,000 square feet, maybe 800 square feet, these perfect squares with these tiny little windows and like air conditioning units. and I remember thinking like, man, I hope people are totally stoked like that they live here, and I know lots of them are, and that's awesome. So that was sort of the idea that started it, and then I have no idea why the line came, but it sort of led to the rest of the song, where Papa's got a sore tooth. I have no idea where that came from, but Mama's in the jailhouse, Papa's got a sore tooth. Granddad's in the bar room telling stories of his youth. That was the beginning of it, and it was kind of came from like, so I kind of went from there. See what happens. Don't play it all that often, but here's a bluegrass tune for you, Rob. It is not Big Rock Candy Mountain, because I do not know that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't. This is the bluegrass tune I can think of right now, so we're gonna do that one. Mama's in the jailhouse, Papa's got a sore tooth. Granddad's in the bar room telling stories of his youth. Sister's in the cat house, making a living by night. And I'm just a poor boy, hoping I turn out alright. Oh yeah, there's like a little sing-along line here too. Anyone that knows this, it's all the way at the end. It's not really for all y'all, it's just if you know it. It's possible that 2 out of 2 people here in this room know it, now that I think about it. I don't think Shauna's out there watching, but she knows it. I think she was the first one that came up with the idea, or we came up with it together, but it's kind of important. To the place of monetization that if we are on YouTube, there's a little thing at the bottom that's like, I don't remember what the logo or the little icon looks like, but if you feel like tipping, you can do that in theory. I've had a few people do it, so I believe it works, but if you want to throw a tip, it's there. If not, I'm glad you're here. Took a long time to get to that spot on YouTube. Brother Jed mixes whiskey and is still down in the sticks. Claims that sobriety and him should never mix. Drink one bottle and you're feeling fine. Drink another and you lose your sight. I'm just the youngest, hoping I turn out alright. Alright, alright, alright. Well, Papa said, son, you're gonna turn out right, and sent me to the priest. I told him all my inner thoughts down on bended knees. 1,000 Hail Marys and I stood and see the light. I'm just a sinner, hoping I turn out alright. Alright, alright, alright. So I went down to the MD, thought I'd try that instead. They threw me in a padded room when I began to fight. And I'm just a sick boy, hoping I turn out alright. Santa couldn't cure me of all the evils in my head. Santa couldn't cure me. Rudolph couldn't cure me of all the evils in my head. Rudolph couldn't cure me. Donner went and cured me of all the evils in my head. Donner went and cured me. Charges $800 an hour. Especially this time of year because he's busy. Well, Papa says something Papa says something gonna turn. Well, Mama's in the jailhouse, Papa's got a sore tooth. Granddad's in the barroom telling stories of his youth. Sister's in the cat house, Meg and I living by night. And I'm just a poor boy, hoping I turn out alright. Well, I'm just a poor boy, hoping I turn out alright. Got it.
50% remembered.
Thank you all for hanging out. We're gonna take a 11 3/4 minute break and then be back.
Look, he switched positions. Very exciting. Be right back.
Yo, we are more blue now. Ooh, that looks nice.
Is the dog in there?
Yep.
Hey.
Dog cam.
He looks red
I think.
for some reason.
Can we get a little closer, dog, to an angle? Yeah, buddy.
Oh, sir, front and center. Good boy, buddy.
Bringing it, bud. Bringing it.
Look at that energy.
Calm down.
Hey.
Hello, Gina from somewhere near Corning, New York.
And Bob and Marie in Ohio. Hello.
Oh, that's nice.
Gary in San Francisco. Santa Francisco.
Bob and Marie, look at that logo down there on the bottom left. Isn't that handsome? Look at that beautiful Josh Yenne logo made by a certain Bob in Ohio. Okay.
Thanks for tipping, everybody.
Yes,
We
thank
found
you.
The tip symbol in the chat buttons.
Oh, from Bama via Bank of Jeff. Nice. Yeah.
Aw.
Unfortunately, I lost my PIN number for Bank of Jeff because that was a nice run. Okay, I'm going to do a tune that I think I was actually going to do it. I was maybe going to do it when we were at Bama's house. My grandmother-in-law's, but it never actually happened when we were hanging out with Jeff and such forth a couple months ago. This is a tune. The seed for this tune is that I can kind of play this style, and I didn't have a single song like it, so I figured I should probably write a song like it. And I had been thinking about this concept. It's funny. I remember, like, on one of my old guitar cases, I had a Krusty the Clown sticker, and it was like, an official Krusty the Clown sticker, and it said, "It's not only good, it's good enough." And I've had like lots of frustrating times over the years of the idea. I'm just really crappy at good enough. I'm really and strangely it like adds to conflict because I will want to put in a lot of work and I don't mess around. I figure if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it. And I know a certain woman that's the same way. So it might be about me and her, or it might be about a completely different couple. Could be either. It's a pretty new song. I've never played it on this guitar. This rules. So good at good enough. Lately there's been after giving up. I'd be lying if I said it don't get inside my head. I ain't so good at good enough. Laziness all seems to be lurking. It's easier to put the work in. And I don't enjoy grasping at shadows. Try to be ready when it matters. She ain't so good at that's enough. Always a hill worth running up. Finds it hard to say it's finished when results start to diminish. She ain't so good at that's enough. She's terrified of the thought one more thing that I have done. And she's never one to complain that the world's done it to her again. And Mary, sweet Mary, I can tell by the look in your gaze that your expectations have often only given you pain. And we have to realize we can only control what we can. Like I made you my woman, and I'm always gonna be your man. That's enough. Of one thing I'm sure, that's our love. If there's one thing we're for certain, you are my most trusted person. That's enough. Yeah, we ain't no good, so that's enough. We ain't no good, that's enough. Yeah, we ain't no good. Y'all, whoever's came back and all that.
We have Worcester in the house.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Lori and Franz. And maybe Tori. Tori was trying to connect. Yay!
Okay. Hey, I hope Tori made it on. Did Tori make it on?
We shall see.
YouTube, so hopefully. I thought about doing that. Okay. I'm going to do another one that... Okay, so here is the only song ever written inspired by a TV series. So this is from a series, the inspiration for this was a series called Afterlife. That is Ricky Gervais series. I don't know, Netflix maybe, I don't remember exactly what it was on. But I literally watched the first season and I watched it again with Rachel because it was so ridiculously good. And it was just it's like, if you haven't seen this, it's just beautiful. It rides like, I say like you laugh and you cry at every episode. And the prose is so beautiful in it that, it's the kind of thing that you'll rewind you'll rewind it just to hear the prose. It's just beautiful. And, he's a ridiculous dog lover and animal lover, I guess, which helps because there's a dog that is prominently displayed in the film or the series. And it is called, I'm forgetting the name. I'm pulling these up so I don't screw it up because I haven't played a solo show for like about a month, which is weird. Someone get me a gig. What the heck is this one called? Why am I forgetting it? This one is called That.
I call it Afterlife.
This one is called The Motions. Yes. So, yeah. Anyways, it's a beautiful series if you haven't seen it. And this is one of 3 songs that I wrote. Where the heck were we? I wrote 3 songs in one trip. But I don't remember which trip it was.
Spain.
I think it was Spain. Was it Spain?
Yeah.
It was Spain, because I wrote this. I wrote the one about LA. Anyways, this one is called The Motions, and hopefully for people that have gone through depression, I've been told by people that have that it does it justice. So. Till I can go to sleep again. How long till there's no more thinking? 'Cause the hours awake are only heartache. I've even tired of the drinking, and each time I wake it feels like a test. Can I rise against this weight pressing on my chest? 'Cause the days seem everlasting, and I'm always subtracting from the hours that the day has left. They say each day is a new beginning, unless you've tired of all this living. Then it's trudging through the grind, full of emptiness inside. A great big hole you're always digging. Never had grief deep as an ocean, you probably couldn't understand the notion that it's hard for me to fathom I ever had enthusiasm. Now it's just going through the motions. Now it's just going through the motions. Now I'm just going through the motions. Now I'm just going through the motions. He is stoked. first songs I ever learned, and I've been playing it lately. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole a many man's swollen faith. And I was round when Jesus Christ had his moment, dying in pain. Made damn sure that Pilate washed his hands, sealed his fate. Pleased to meet you, won't you guess my name? But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. I killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed in vain. I rode a tank in a generous rank where the blitzkrieg raged at the finest stage. Pleased to meet you, won't you guess my name? But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. his heads, his tails, and call me Lucifer. I'm in need of some restraint, and if you need me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy and some taste. I lay all your well-earned politics, and I lay your soul to raise. Pleased to meet you, won't you guess my name? But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. I can hear you out there if you're there. You don't think I can hear you, but I can hear you. I can hear whether you're there or not. So if you know it. They say, they say, they say, they say, they say that a man is what he eats, but if you blood from the aisles, you are what you drink. Not coffee or tea, no, something a bit stronger. Everyone's on the floor, you can last a bit longer. And have a liver of steel and great sex appeal. I'm not a lush, I'm just Irish. Hey! Beer for breakfast, whiskey for tea, and if you're gonna tip one, well then why not tip three? 'Cause it's 5 o'clock somewhere, that where ain't here, but the sun's up, it's Saturday, so why interfere? And I've a liver of steel, and I drinks a great deal. I'm not a lush, I'm just Irish. Hey! Daddy killed Brits and he drank like a whale. He drank and he worked till his body did fail. And the whores on the docks called him Bawdy Lou. He never took one, for him always two. And I take after him in all that I do. I'm not a lush, I'm just Irish. Hey! I could at least read meters. Nice meter. Charms of an Irishman are hard to oppose. We're sexy enough to curl your toes. Even when downing too much of the black, we're legends in the sack. When my working day's done, I get straight rotten and everything's forgotten. I've a bottle of Bucky tucked into my gut, and my mouth is as dry as a cigarette butt. And I've a liver of steel, and I drinks a great deal. I'm not a lush, I'm just Irish. Hey! And when I do die, bury me deep. Sit on my tombstone, pour out the drinks, let the union pipes play fiddle-dee-dee. Tip one for yourself and then tip one for me. 'Cause I've a liver of iron, and that is required if they want to drink like the Irish. Hey! Yes, I've a liver of iron, and that is required if you want to drink like the Irish.
Hey!
Hey, we woke him up.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach.
Coacher,
Beacon.
you want
Wow,
a treat?
he is out. Hey, Coach. Good boy, sir.
Everybody's excited to see you.
All right, thanks, y'all. Wow, got late fast. What time is it?
Oh, look at that dog.
We got a
go.
few.
Look at him go.
Oh, buddy. Oh, there he goes.
Buddy.
Exhausted. All right. I don't know if we got any more requests.
I do want to say that some folks were very excited that you were playing a song about Satan on Christmas because that's rock and roll.
I know, it's funny. I thought about that at some point. Yeah, it's like the most Christmas song ever. Yeah.
Greg Longfellow offered $5 for the little dog and said he would pick him up.
Sold!
I don't know. I think we can get a little bit more.
As long as it's not raining, he'll go outside.
It's funny because you played that song about Satan, and I was thinking, oh, it's Christmas. Why don't you play a murder ballad?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't going to ask.
What was
Spade Cooley,
I could
maybe?
play I'll play a murder ballad. Let's do
We got hays coming in from all over the place, by the way. We got Ohio
That's
hay, we got Santa Rosa hay, we got Block Island hay. This is great.
That
I love
was
all these
hilarious.
hays.
Yes, that will be coming out on the album with a litany of hays. Okay, so murder ballad.
Being true crime fans.
Yeah. Wasn't there something else Mama asked for?
Italian leather shoes
Yeah.
and Hot and Black Annie.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Seems like there's one more
Small
or
Town.
some. Oh, is it Small Town? Okay.
Yeah. What is Small Town?
I already tuned down.
Okay.
No, it's New Cars.
Oh, sorry. New Cars.
I'm gonna do.
Rob seconds the New Cars.
I will try that. I never
Who has
play that
that
one
anymore?
out.
Yeah.
All right, Karen.
Okay, so
Again.
yeah, we could put it. Yeah, I should have had a picture. So, anyways, this one is about I don't know who's out there and who's heard this and all that, but this one is a true story. Where do I do it? Oh, I actually thought of another one I'll do too. Oh yeah, right away. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was. Sorry. Yeah, that's all right. So, is this one I'm doing? This one. Anyways, this one is this one is way out of tune. So this one is about the king of Western swing, which me and basically everyone else would probably immediately say, oh, it's going to be a song about Bob Wills. But this song is actually about Spade Cooley, which I didn't know anything about. I don't think Curtis is still on there anymore,
No,
but he sent a thing about, I learned about this from the Cocaine and Rhinestones podcast. And it's a crazy story. Spade Cooley was actually an Okie. He came out from Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl, and his story was that he literally had a nickel in his pocket and a fiddle, and that was it. And he was a great fiddle player. And he went to LA, and he became like a stand-in actor for some really famous actors, and eventually he had his own show for a while. He was in some movies, and he was also sort of crazy. And if someone sort of has a predisposition to crazy, you should definitely ply them with Thorazine and alcohol. That's because what could go wrong? But anyways, this was actually that back then. It's sort of a long story, but the short of it is that he ended up killing his wife in this really horrific way, and his daughter was there, and literally like he was counting down to her death with his daughter in the house. Yeah, it's a good good Christmas.
Good Christmas
Yeah,
story.
good request there, Leroy.
Well, it's a nice song.
So, anyways, this is all true. He had a grand plan to start a water park in Kern County, California, which doesn't have a ton of water, but or it does, but it never got off the ground. And he was a heavy drinker, and they were prescribing Thorazine to him, which is not the greatest of cocktails. And anyways, he was beloved. This was back in the 30s, and he was beloved, and it was actually kind of like the OJ trial of its time. That the trial didn't happen at that point; it happened later in that. But long story long is that he ended up killing his wife, and then he went to trial, and he was probably going to get off just because he was so beloved and so famous. But his daughter testified, and that was sort of the thing where it kind of put it over the edge, and he did get convicted, and they didn't send him to jail. They sent him to a mental hospital, hospital jail, and it was actually over right in Vacaville or Fairfield. I can't remember which one, but right over there. And yeah, maybe we'll tell the end of the story when we get to the end of the story there. But when he was, when the jurors were, what is the main juror called? If Curtis was on here, he would be able to tell me the
Head juror.
Yeah, there's a name for it. But anyways, when he was reading out the guilty charge, there were jurors that were crying because he was this beloved man. But yeah, we'll just go from there. It's a good feel-good murder ballad. But all this is true. I didn't make up a bit of it. The names were not changed. The story.
There's some good videos online if people are interested in watching how weird this guy is. But he's very.
Oh, really?
There's some very good. You can go on YouTube or Rumble and see some videos of him.
Okay, yeah. There's some good videos. I saw videos of some of his movies and such. He had a couple movies himself. One of those shticky movies would be whatever the plot line was didn't really matter, but then they were in the, canteen and we'd break into song. But he was called the King of Western Swing because he actually won a competition, and Bob Wills was part of it, but Spade won it and crowned the King of Western Swing. But what was I gonna say? He had a hard time keeping his band because the aforementioned asshole of it all. Tough guy to work for. I'm gonna just make sure I don't mess up the lyrics for y'all people. I'm really going big here. So yes, it starts with a B because I call it the ballad of Spade Cooley. Trying to think if there's anything else to say. Really, I don't think so. No, I don't
For
have.
some people that are old enough to remember, he sat in with Roy Rogers, I believe.
Not sat in, filled in for.
Filled in for Roy Rogers.
Yes, Roy Rogers was one of the main people that he was a fill in or stand in. That's the word.
And his big hit song was called "Shame on You." Yeah.
Yes, good call. His hit was called "Shame on You." It's one of the songs that I very much should have lyrics for, and it's one that I really don't. So we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully get her done. Yep. I'm gonna look up speech. Yep. Okay. Well, we're gonna just try it unless Rachel can find it inside the pages, inside the lyrics.
Okay.
Yes, his big hit song was "Shame on You." Sorry, I have to do that just because it's... Could someone requested be in tune. I agree with those people. And I'm going to do it in the actual key. Whoa, Spade Cooley, shame on you. Killed Miss Ella May. Through and through, she had to pay. She never loved you anyway. Running from Black Sundays, fiddle in his hand, a nickel in his pocket, sooner with a plan. He played the thing so sweetly. He's a fine standing man. Then Ella he did meet, and he took her hand. Swinging down in Venice, you became a star. Drunk and mean and jealous is really who you are. Ella May and Melody in a Kern County nightmare. It ended oh so dreadfully, blood in her soft blonde hair. Whoa, Spade Cooley, shame on you. The world's gone and turned, kick you to the curb. A king without his crown, vicious and disturbed. Cool, clear whiskey, dry desert air. Thinking sure gets tricky for a mind in disrepair. Blood in the ashtray, can't find Ella May. Lipstick on his knuckles and whiskey in his veins. Counting down the minutes, an execution song. Sweet Melody sat on his knee, trying to play along. But he didn't for the jury. She told the whole damn story. She didn't for the jury. Whoa, Spade Cooley, shame on you. Your face is in the magazines, your head is full of Thorazine. They watch you on your couch, you used your fame and there were doubts, till Melody went and took the stand to tell a terrible tale. She placed the Bible in her hand, and her daddy went to jail. So Melody testified, and it was pretty much undeniable, and he got convicted. And he went to this mental hospital, for jail for the mentally insane, which was already kind of easy. And he had done 9 years of whatever it was, 30 to life. And he was going to be released. Whether he knew it or not is under debate. Probably not, but maybe. But anyways, they had him do a show, a concert for the prison guards and police, just like a lot of, I think the police officers that were around that area over there, and it was this packed house, and first time he had actually performed, and he went out, they did the first set, they did the whole set, but either way, it was this huge success, the crowd went wild, and he was going to be released, it was all looking great, he went to the backstage, and supposedly, like he literally said, today is the first day of the rest of my life. And then he immediately had a massive coronary and died right there. Whoa, Spade Cooley, shame on you. Then you did your soft time. Life turned into 9 years in the infirmary. Add an insult to the crime. Spade, you're going free. Your time has been adjusted. And God dealt out what man would not. A little bit more justice. Then you did your soft time. Life turned into 9 years in the infirmary. Add an insult to the crime. Spade, you're going free. Your time has been adjusted. Till God did out what man would not. A little bit more justice. And that first day oratory became the last line of your story. Whoa, Spade Cooley, shame on you. Whoa, Spade Cooley, shame on you. Killed Miss Ella May, through and through she had to pay. She never loved you anyway.
Yay!
Nice.
Uplifting.
And then Santa brought gifts. What time we got? What do we got here?
7:09.
I have no idea.
Maybe one or two more.
Maybe one or two more? Yeah.
We definitely need to do
Anyone got any
the
requests?
multiple requested
Oh, what is it?
new cars.
Oh, jeez.
You got some Worcesterians on there, right?
Yeah.
Some what?
Worcesterians?
We do have Worcesters.
They can identify with this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this one is
This.
inspired by Worcester, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try it. I gotta do a retuning, but this one is inspired by being back in my town that I grew up in, which is Worcester, Ohio, and I remember we were back there. I
It had to have been a cousin's wedding because 90%
I
of
actually
our
think
trips
it was
are
my
for
grandmother's funeral.
Oh.
Is what it was. But I remember like specifically where we were. We were up by where my grandmother lived. Their like last house, and I think it was Deer
Deer
Creek.
or
Is
Deer
that?
Park?
Deer Creek.
Deer Creek.
Deer Creek.
I don't remember exactly. Yeah. I used used to have this funny joke with a ex-girlfriend of mine. It was like, you'd see the names of these subdivisions. It'd be like, Deer Run, and it was like, it should be Deer Ran, because they used to run here, but they don't anymore. But it was kind of this, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know if any of you have lived in a different place than where you grew up for a long time, and then go back. It's like the picture in your mind when I remember seeing like a Prius, and it was just incongruent for the picture in my mind, because of like all the cars in Worcester, Ohio, in my mind, were from the 80s, the 90s. So it was just kind of interesting to see. I don't know, there's just like this thing that happened in my brain that it just felt wrong to see a similar thing, like the building where I went to high school, and there was a Prius in front of it, and it didn't quite add up. So that was the thing that popped in my brain, which is these new cars look so wrong in my old town. And I don't play this one a lot because it's in open D, which I am almost in right now. And this is not an actual exactly true story. It was just sort of a story that I kind of pictured happening. I sort of pictured someone coming back after lots of years, maybe for like a reunion or something, kind of seeing a ex-girlfriend, from high school or something, and I'm sort of telling the story through that person's eyes, really. And this one is on the album. Hopefully some nice pedal steel on it. I'll do this one, and then we'll try to find one that's super, maybe not depressing. This one's not super depressing, but and boy, hopefully I can find it. The aforementioned cranky old guitar. Come on, baby.
Up close and personal with tuning. Josh Yenne.
Yeah. I think this is the key. Dedicated all the Worcesterians out there. Worcesterians. Worcesterites. I'm not talking about Worcester, Massachusetts. I'm talking about the real Worcester.
I'm talking about Worcester.
These new cars look so wrong in my old town. I see you've been hanging around. I'm scared right now because you know all I once was. Tongue-tied, battered by age, quickly retreat in my shame. Sometimes I see your eyes, old thoughts of us reprise, but it's all in vain. shattered and worn, more naked than the day when I was born. Shattered and worn, more naked than the day when I was born. Oh, buddy, you like this one. Tired, shattered and worn, more naked than the day when I was born. I live in my memory, days when you so cleverly stole my heart. Time has been good to you. I've been beaten and bruised. It was the right choice to make. I'm just one big mistake, even when I try. And I'll pass the rest of my days thinking on all that getaway. He walks out with my wife. I see my dreams in his life, but they're not for me. These new cars look so wrong in my old town. Been a while since I've done that one. Alright, I'll do one more. Thank you all for hanging out. What a beautiful time. Thank you to Rachel and Rob over here. Stage right, stage left.
Thanks everybody for coming on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really lovely.
Rachel idea to do this, and it was super fun.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah.
EJ wants
Even
to
the
know,
Jews. Merry Christmas to the Jews.
EJ wants to know if Worcester is where Worcestershire sauce is made.
Good question.
Good one, EJ.
Good question.
We tried to steal it, EJ, but they stopped us.
Alright, so, yeah, I mean, Hawker don't know what this one is about, if he thinks about it. I'm gonna do one more, because I was gonna say this is gonna be my last song of the year performing, but that's not true, because the Pitchforks, which is my honky tonk band, is playing Saturday at the Pengrove Pub, and the Pengrove Pub is freaking amazing now. So this is not my last show, but that's the last one, I think, right?
Last scheduled one, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think since it's Friday night, you should do Miss Friday Night.
yeah, it's
Except
an easy
Wednesday.
one to do. Yeah, except it's Wednesday. Yes.
You caught me.
Why am I forgetting that? So I'm gonna do a tune like of all the shows that I did this year, and I haven't counted them up yet, but it's always close to 100. One of the greatest ones, my birthday weekend, I had 2 wonderful shows, and I had this wonderful show in Theater Square, and my buddy Sean, who's on here, was working at one of the places that like right in front of there is where we did it, and there's a song that I wrote, and I had a show the next night that I ended up playing it, but it's a song I wrote and I brought to my songwriter group. And anyways, long story short, before going, rather than go into it, it's like sometimes you just got a song that you're not super confident in, and I've a song that you play at home, and I like playing it at home, and I like playing on the porch, but like I think it was, it's like there was some criticism, which is the point of my songwriter group that I'm in or whatever, but I don't know that I really changed the thing. Long story short, I just wasn't super confident in the song to play out live. So I didn't really play it too much. But it's sort of about a couple, it's about a guy in general, but I definitely have some specific people that I'm thinking of when I wrote it. And it's just sort of the idea of guys that are so terrified of making a woman feel uncomfortable which is this beautiful thought, but they're so terrified by it that they don't ever actually put themselves out. So hence they never have a woman, and sort of that idea. We probably all know guys like that. But anyways, I saw a friend that night that I hadn't seen for a while, and he's kind of beautiful person that I love, and I hadn't seen him for a while, and anyways it brought up the idea and the thought of this song again. Then I played it the next night at the show, or the next day, and it just went over great. Like, it was a bunch of people came up to me and said, oh, that was my favorite song of the set, and it was just like all of a sudden I had confidence to play the song, which always feels good. It's like they give you permission to play it. I mean, even a couple musicians at that show came up and said, that was my favorite song. What was that? And like that weekend, I played really well, and I had this beautiful moment with my friend Shauna, who sings in the band that's playing Saturday night at the Pengrove Pub, and has played with me a bunch of times. And we didn't have a second mic, so we were just singing into the same mic in the sun. It was magic hour, where the sun's setting. There's pictures where it's like, we wish I could pull up a picture. Well, the sun's hitting us in the face, and we sang brilliantly and sang some of these old songs that she's known for 20 plus years at this point. It's just one of the best musical moments and best moments of the year. So, and then, as I said, I saw someone who reminded me of this song, and I played it the next night, and that's the song I'm going to play at the end. I'm going to hopefully have it in the right tuning and everything. And it is called either Modern Common Tale or Common Modern Tale, and I actually don't know which one. I'm not even positive if it's drop D completely or not, but thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you girls for hanging out. And we'll see. It might
Thank you, dogs.
Thank you, dogs, for hanging out. Hopefully it's double drop D. We'll see. I'm a solitary man in this empty house again. I should clean it, but what the hell's the point? Chatting with faceless friends as I whisper amen, and I roll myself up another joint. And to my mirror I implore, get yourself on out the door. But I'm fighting my tide with no rudder. Another weekend come and gone, and I'm still alone. And each new day stacks upon the others. I've never been the kind of guy to look a pretty woman in the eye. And why should she want me anyway? And that smile in me you would never believe was the highlight of my whole day. I put my head down, politely walk away. Just getting through your day. Who am I anyway? Just that guy at table number 2. I'm sure that glow is a fiction. It's in the job description, and I'm just another ticket to you. I'm not even an anecdote, I'm less than a footnote in the story you write every day. Yet you're my supposition, my protagonist mission, where I cast myself each night as I lay. Never been the kind of guy, look a witty woman in the eye, and why would she want me anyway? And that smile in me, you would never believe, was the highlight of my whole day. Put my head down, politely walk away. I'm a modern common tale. If I don't try, I don't fail. Why would I shatter the illusion? And in my fantasies, usually I believe the real me would just be an intrusion. That's one of my favorite bridges I've written. This is not specifically about any one person. Lord knows I've been there. Luckily it's been a while. Get up the nerve, love's not something I deserve, and you've had no choice in this matter. I get nervous and queasy, thinking I'd make you uneasy, so saying nothing is probably just better. I've never been the kind of guy, look a pretty woman in the eye, and why would she want me anyway? And that smile in me, you would never believe, was the highlight of my whole day. I put my head down and lightly walk away. I put my head down, quietly walk away. Thanks, y'all. Thank you all for hanging out. I look forward to reading all of the comments. I think Hawkyard said hey.
Several.
And shout out to Shauna, who you were talking about earlier on your birthday. She did the vocals for the set break, right?
Yes, the set break and the hold music at first. The beginning hold music. Yes, that was my friend. Have you met him? AI. Did a
But
lot.
Shauna's voice.
And then Shauna doing the Josh's stream that she nailed. And then I got to move it around like I wanted to. I told her it was great power. Anyways, thank you all. What a good time. We'll see you next Christmas, if not before. Thank you, Bob.
Bye.
Thank you, near and far. Literally very near, and then also very far. Thank you, Greg. Ellen has been captivated. If just a bit confused.